before we crack on with other callers, let's go back to last week when Simon, the Gooner, told us the 4 things he learned from Arsenal's thumping win over West Brom's under-14s.
I learned 4 things.
Go on, what have you learned? Number 1, sorry.
Saka looks like he's getting back to his full fitness now, and he looks sharp tonight. So I'm pleased about that.
Number 2.
Odegaard looked very comfortable and classy, and I am thinking that he might be the link to getting us to solving a few of the major issues that we've got. I think he could be the player. Yeah, I'm positive about him.
Number 3.
Number 3 is, and this is something I've been concerned about, has Mikel Arteta lost the dressing room? But I think tonight, those players could have thrown him right under a bus tonight.
Number 4.
The thing that's made me most happy is not even about Aubameyang's hat-trick, but what I've seen tonight from him is the first time that he's actually smiled like he used to, which is what I used to love about him. He looked happy.
Absolutely brutal. Brutal. That had nothing to do with me.
Right.
That laughter track over... Disgusting.
I know Dom's of a younger vintage.
Look at Dom's face. Look
at
his face.
I thought Dom was going to play Every Cloud's Got a Silver Lining, because that's what that was, wasn't it? You think, no, it is West Brom's under 12.
We said it. That's what I said. We've learnt nothing about Arsenal. We learnt more about Arsenal the weekend than we did about...
I don't think at the moment we did learn anything about Arsenal against Man City.
We're learning loads, mate.
No, because I think everybody saw that coming.
We're learning loads, though.
That there's no structure. There's no
It's
defensive.
confirming what we know.
Exactly, yeah. So you didn't learn anything.
Well, I did. I learned that I was right.
What, that we can't defend?
Yeah.
And no one wants to defend. And Mikel Arteta's too intent and playing up from the back and getting a defensive structure.
Simon, if you're listening, 08717 223334. I'd be interested to know if those things you learnt against West Brom's under 14s, if you still think they are true. 08717 223334. Let's go speak to Rich, Heathrow Rich, the big Gooner, or as it's sometimes known as a Bees fan. Rich, good evening.
How you going, guys? All right?
All right, Rich.
You all right, pal? You all right?
Are you all right? You're all right, Rich.
Good point at the weekend, Rich, away at Villa.
Well, you'll know that I followed Simon last week about the 4 things he learned.
Yes, you did. You did follow him, Rich. You're absolutely right. You did.
I told you exactly what I'd learned out of that game. But a lot of the other stuff that's come out, I mean, you know, a lot of this stuff was obvious. We could all see it coming unless you're the world's deluded. And Simple Simon was just talking about Arteta had lost the dressing room. I think before this game he lost his way to the dressing room because I don't think anyone spoke to the side at all. But some people are talking about, I suppose you regret Arsene Wenger. Don't people understand that Wenger was a catalyst of most of our humiliations? Tottenham 5-1, Bayern 10-2, Man United 6-1, 8-2. Remember 8-2? That was on a bank holiday, August bank holiday as well.
I remember it, yeah.
But the things that last day of the transfer window tomorrow, we still haven't got a right back. But one of the things that strikes me, I said before that I wasn't sure that getting another manager would make a difference because the whole structure at Arsenal needs to go. But it strikes me that I don't think that Arteta has lost the dressing room. I just think he's lost it completely. He's managed to alienate now Vapos, Socrates, Ozil. Ozil I won't miss, but Bellerin, Aubameyang. I mean, Torreira, 26 mil, he can't get a kick. Kolasinac, what's he doing playing at Arsenal? What's El Nini still doing at Arsenal when we've just got rid of Torreira? Maitland-Niles, an England international, he wants to go, but we want to keep him just in case we want to play him at right back when the kid is when he's a central midfielder. Holding and Chambers wouldn't get a game and a champion in the championship. And you guys are saying, when was the last time Arsenal got beaten by a side that had come up through the playoffs? And when you look, even in the London clubs, we used to be the pride of London. Now, we'd be lucky to get top 4 out of the London clubs that are in the Premier League.
Rich, you know what you're saying there with Arteta? He hasn't lost the dressing room, but he's lost his way on a structure. When he first came in, Rich, let's be honest, when he first came in, the team was a bit complacent and he got the closing down, he got the high energy. Would you think, yes, I can see. He's gone down the same road as Unai Emery, where he lost his way in team selection. And you're a Gooner, Rich, I'm going to... If we get beat, right, you can take it. But I can't take us getting beat with the players actually either not wanting to defend properly or not being coached on their distances. And, if you're going to play three centre-halves or two centre-halves. And you mentioned Callum Chambers there. I don't want to see my 6'3" centre-half who's playing fall on the floor because he's been pushed. And I think that just summed the whole sort of lack of character of the team at the moment.
Perry, but like you just said earlier on, players have been played out of position. Players aren't being played. Look, Kolesniak, we were trying to sell him last week. He is not fit to wear an Arsenal shirt, right? That three out of the back four. Kolesniak, a free transfer. Right. Holding cost £2 million. Chambers, I don't know how much he cost from Southampton. I think they gave him away with Walcott. I think it was buy one, get one free. At the end of the day, there's not enough quality at Arsenal.
No, them two players you mentioned there, Rich, Chambers and Holding, they haven't improved. They're 25. They're not young players anymore. And I don't see a over my dead body ethos on the defending side. I don't see. If you look at...
Perry, one thing I've got to say. You played in the side, right, the 89 side, okay? Now, you look around that pitch and there was a leader in nearly every single player that you played with. There was someone that would say, you look around the pitch, there's not a leader. You look at Arsenal the other day, there's not a leader on the pitch, there's not a leader off the pitch, and there's not a leader at the top of the Arsenal structure. But the owners don't care, the management don't care, Edu. Like, I'm surprised he hasn't tried to sign Trivago that you have on those adverts because he don't care. William, he's given up 20 million so that you can get away from the madness.
Yeah.
He hasn't given up 20 million.
Rich, look.
It's not funny.
Rich, it isn't funny, Rich. It isn't. But let's talk about Brentford, all right? Come on, because last time we spoke to
Rich... he gone? Has Rich gone to Brentford, has he?
No. Well,
I haven't gone anywhere.
Look. So Rich grew up in Brentford, but he's a gooner, right? But he's got two teams. So let's park Arsenal, Rich. Okay.
Nobody has two teams.
We're going to park Arsenal. Let's come back. So you've got a minute just to talk about Brentford. So then we go and speak to this. Let's go to Heathrow and speak to Rich, the Bees fan. Good evening, Rich. How are you?
Good evening, boys. I've never had such a great start to a season. I mean, what Brentford have done at the moment, they look like they've bought well. They're well structured. Yeah. The management seems to know what it's doing. They're well coached. They're well regimented. You know what? I think Brentford could even beat Arsenal. I think they could even get a draw at Man City. So they haven't dropped a point. They're doing one of the best out of teams that have gone up through the playoffs, and it's a joy. I can't wait for the international break to be over so I can see Brentford run out of the community.
Do you know what's brilliant about your club, Rich, Brentford, is they're very well structured from top to bottom. From the owner, they have a philosophy, they have a vision,
and they've got a few leaders around the pitch,
and they got men on the pitch. That's what I can see from Brentford.
Perry, going back to my real club.
No, you've had that, Rich. Rich, you're bringing people down, mate. You can't do that, Rich. You've done that.
You can't.
Rich, come on, you know the score, Rich.
But Rich wants some counselling.
I know he does. But
That's what it is.
Rich, you're not going to say anything you haven't already said. It's impossible. You can't say anything new.
I am going to say something I haven't already said.
What's the answer then, Rich? What's the answer? What's the answer?
Do you know what I'll do? Do you know what I'll do during the international break?
On holiday?
No. I'd get rid of Arteta, right? Nothing. I'd get some structure back to that club. I'd get rid of Arteta. I'd bring in Sam Allardyce.
No, Rich, don't be silly.
No, let him talk.
I'd bring in Sam Allardyce to get some structure to our defence and structure to our team.
His brain's
bring back. Even if he just steadies the ship.
That's what it does for you.
No, there's nothing wrong with Sam Allardyce.
He does.
Nothing wrong with Sam Allardyce.
We need clear.
No,
thinking.
nothing wrong with Sam. No, do not. Honestly, Sam, I'll tell you one thing. Right, Sam wouldn't get 3 games in, no points.
Right.
I'll tell you that for an absolute
Right, I'll tell you
kick-off.
another thing, right? Sam Allardyce will be in the frame if we're still in the bottom 3.
Yeah.
Come December, January.
If Ruth gets her way, not get her way, but she could be.
Bring him in now.
You could get a Christmas present of Big Sam.
Clear thinking.
And let me tell you now, you get worse Christmas presents than Big Sam.
Not muddled thinking.
Rich, we're here all week, mate. All right.
Bring him in now.
We're like a comfort blanket.
Cheers, Rich. I mean, he couldn't even.
That's when you know.
Himself
Rich talks a lot of sense, right? And then all of a sudden he goes, Sam Allardyce. You go. That's how
Big Sam.
Gooner's brains are scrambled at the moment.
08717 2233 Gooners. Would you take Big Sam
over Arteta?
No, Big Sam.
Yeah, over Arteta.
Yeah, well, that's it. Get him in now. Perry Groves, Jason Cundy on the Sports Way here on talkSPORT.